Brought to you by Gitanjali Salon, Channi Himmat, Jammu. Follow Ruchika Makeovers on Facebook and Instagram for best bridal makeup in town.
Hello viewers, you're watching Jammu Links News. I'm Mannat Gupta and welcome to the daily updates of Midday News. Let's begin.
Extending lockdown 4.0 till May 31st on the lines of the central government, the Jammu and Kashmir government on Tuesday permitted resumption of many activities, including opening of shops, private offices, limited vehicular movement in orange and green zones, and private hospitals, clinics, nursing homes and restaurants for home delivery, banks and financial services, etc. in the entire Union Territory from today. However, air travel, trains, interstate, inter-district and intra-district buses for public transport and private vehicles, except those permitted, schools, colleges, universities, hotels, restaurants, cinema halls, shopping malls, religious places and movement of individuals for all non-essential activities between 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. will remain prohibited in entire Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Girish Chandra Murmu visited the Udhampur railway station on Tuesday to take stock of the facilities being provided to stranded people brought back in special trains. Lieutenant Governor Murmu and his wife Dr. Smita Murmu were briefed by Manoj Kumar Dwivedi, Commissioner Secretary Industries and Commerce Department, who is the nodal officer for management of stranded people arriving at the Udhampur station. The Jammu and Kashmir government has so far brought back 74,218 residents of the Union Territory who were stranded elsewhere due to the ongoing lockdown and transported them to their hometowns through COVID special trains, buses and planes. The government has evacuated 59,492 residents of Jammu and Kashmir who were stranded in other states and Union Territories through Lakhanpur, besides bringing about 14,225 people back home through special trains at the Jammu and Udhampur railway stations. In addition, 501 passengers including students have been brought back on special planes. 28 more people including 3 pregnant women tested positive for COVID-19 in Jammu and Kashmir on Tuesday, taking the number of cases in the Union Territory to 1,317. While 6 of the fresh cases are in Jammu, 22 are from Kashmir, the UT has recorded 17 COVID-19 related deaths. Top Hizbul Mujahideen commander Junaid Sehrai, son of Tehreek-e-Hurriyat chairman Mohammad Ashraf Sehrai, was among 2 terrorists killed in an encounter at Nawakadal in Srinagar's downtown area on Tuesday. 3 CRPF personnel and a policeman was also injured in the firefight, the first in Srinagar in the past 2 years. A serious miscarriage of history has been undone after 70 years with the notification of the new domicile rules by the Jammu and Kashmir administration. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh said on Tuesday, terming the new rules as dawn of a new era for the Union Territory. He said, "History will vindicate us and prove that this course correction was in keeping with the principle of equality and the norms of a healthy democracy."
31 अक्टूबर की मध्य रात्रि को यूनियन टेरिटरी घोषित हो गए जम्मू कश्मीर और लद्दाख, और इसलिए उसी श्रृंखला के अंतर्गत एज ए सीक्वल ऐसा ही होना था। बल्कि प्रश्न तो ये है कि 70 वर्ष ऐसा क्यों नहीं हुआ। जिस प्रकार का एक कानून, जिस प्रकार की व्यवस्था देश भर में थी, देश के प्रत्येक राज्य और यूटी में थी, जम्मू कश्मीर को उससे वंचित क्यों रखा गया। मुझे विश्वास है इतिहासकार और आने वाले समय में विश्लेषक इस प्रश्न को ढूंढेंगे और इसके जिम्मेवार लोगों की भी खोज करेंगे।
Over 300 terrorists are present in launch pads across the LOC in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir waiting to infiltrate into the Indian side, Jammu and Kashmir Director General of Police Dilbag Singh said on Tuesday. He said that there was a high degree of vigilance by the security grid to foil Pakistan's design of pushing terrorists into Jammu and Kashmir. Western Army Commander Lieutenant General R.P. Singh visited the Jammu-based Tiger Division on Tuesday and reviewed its operational readiness and the current security situation of the area. Singh visited the isolation facility at the Army Public School Dumana, created for COVID-19 patients, and appreciated the efforts of the COVID warriors. He interacted with troops and commended their efforts for taking adequate safety measures against the COVID-19 pandemic and also maintaining a high level of operational preparedness. Advisor to Lieutenant Governor Basir Ahmed Khan on Tuesday chaired a meeting to review the functioning of SKICC Srinagar. The meeting discussed works executed under PMDP, which include development of tourist facilities at SKICC, development of tourist facilities at Dal Lake, and works executed under Swadesh Darshan scheme, like development of floating cafeteria on Dal Lake at SKICC Ghat. The advisor directed the concerns to carry out the construction works of the highest standard so that the SKICC is upgraded to top-notch international level besides pacing up of pending works. Divisional Commissioner Jammu Sanjeev Verma on Tuesday visited Ramban and took stock of the mechanism put in place for the boarding, lodging, COVID-19 sampling and testing facilities of migrants arriving in the district from other parts of the country. He also reviewed the measures being taken by the district administration for prevention and control of COVID-19 in the district. The divisional commissioner said that it is imperative that all the people coming from other states go through the mandatory protocols and guidelines issued by the administration amid COVID-19 pandemic. Advisor to Lieutenant Governor Basir Ahmed Khan on Tuesday interacted with several religious leaders and sought their cooperation with service advising people to stay home during the upcoming religious occasions of Shab-e-Qadr, Jum'atul Wida and Eid al-Fitr to help curb COVID-19. In view of the latest trend of rising number of COVID-19 cases in the valley, the advisor sought cooperation of the concerned imams and khatibs and asked them to use their positions to send message to the people to stay indoors and perform prayer inside their homes to help prevent spread of COVID-19. Principal Secretary School Education and Transport Asghar Hassan Samoon held a meeting to review the status of school infrastructure in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The Director School Education Jammu and all CEOs participated through video conference, while other officers participated in person. The meeting deliberated over rationalization of student-teacher ratio in schools, renovation of institutions, quality check of midday meals, distribution of tabs, utilization of abundant school buildings, establishment of school cultural wings, creation of attendance application for students and teachers, utilization of funds and other important issues. Providing huge relief to people, especially in the country's small towns and cities, the railways will run 200 special passenger trains from June 1st. These trains will have non-air-conditioned second-class coaches and will run daily. They will be plied in additional to the Shramik Special and the air-conditioned special trains, which are currently being operated on the Rajdhani routes connecting 15 major cities to Delhi. All categories of passengers will be allowed to book tickets, which will be available online. Leh-Manali National Highway reopened for traffic after clearing of snow by Border Road Organisation. The 490 km long national highway was reopened in the presence of Member of Parliament from Ladakh, Jamyang Siring. The highway was closed for about 6 months since November last year. Pakistan on Wednesday violated ceasefire in Kirni and Degwar sectors of Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch district. At about 9:30 am, Pakistan initiated unprovoked ceasefire violation by firing with small arms and shelling with mortars along the line of control in Kirni and Degwar sectors. Indian Army is retaliating befittingly. Over the past few days, Pakistan has been repeatedly violating ceasefire in the region. Pakistan had on Tuesday violated ceasefire by firing with small arms and shelling with mortars in Balakot sector of Poonch district. Cyclone Amphan, the extremely severe cyclonic storm, is closing in towards the coasts of West Bengal and Odisha as it gears up to make landfall this afternoon or evening. Although weakened, Cyclone Amphan is expected to make landfall in Bengal coasts with wind speed up to 185 km per hour, gusting at 200 km per hour. Lakhs of people have been evacuated across West Bengal and Odisha coasts ahead of the landfall of Cyclone Amphan between Digha in Bengal and Hatia Island in Bangladesh. With 5,611 new cases reported in the last 24 hours, India's COVID-19 tally reached 1,06,750 on Wednesday, according to the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. As many as 140 deaths have been reported in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of deaths to 3,303. Out of the total cases, 61,149 are active cases and 42,298 patients have been cured or discharged or migrated.